also compared him to Patrick Mahomes. Young saying, quote, "You're like, wait, why is his heartbeat 42? His heartbeat should be at least 100, 110. And that's what I saw in Patrick that was shocking to me as a rookie. I think the same kind of thing with Brock. High praise indeed." Shannon, how surprised are you that Steve Young is actually comparing Brock Purdy with Pat Mahomes at this point?
Skip, why? Why do this? Skip, I get it. The young man, I mean, the guy, the last pick in the draft, and he's come in when into a situation where everybody said, well, it's over. Because Jimmy G was playing well. He had the 49ers playing at a really high level. And Brock Purdy has come in and picked right up where Jimmy G left off. But to compare him to Patrick Mahomes? Really?
To invoke the name of Patrick.
I don't see any similarities. Zero, zilch similarities. Because they've given Patrick Mahomes the keys. It says, okay, go drive this car. He didn't even have a driver's license. And they brought him a brand new Ferrari and said, go take off, son. Because you look at the weapons that he has, Skip, that's what they turned over to him. He had a Kelsey. He had a Tyreek Hill. And they said, hey, just throw the ball all over the yard. Do what you do, son.
He did win a Super Bowl, and he did win an MVP. Okay.
He said, he reminded, okay, Brock Purdy, in his first, he is 4-0, 8 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, 920 yards. Patrick Mahomes, through his first 4 games in 2018, he was 4-0, 14 touchdowns, 0 picks, 1,200 yards. Skip, there's no similarities between these two guys, and I get it. But the hyperbole, look, the guy's playing well. And I did not, and basically, everybody's been talking, we didn't think the guy could do this at this level for this length of time. Now, he's going to have to carry it on. But to try to say, like, he reminds you of Patrick Mahomes, what? What throw have you seen? What play has he made? I mean, everything is perfect. They're running the football like crazy. Can you imagine if Patrick Mahomes had a run game and they could play fake and he could do... Come on, Steve. You better than this, bro. I understand you want to hype the guy and want to give him some confidence, but don't do that with no Patrick Mahomes. This dude ain't close. Nobody. I haven't heard anybody, and I ain't seen no tweets. I ain't seen no sports network ever mention Purdy and Mahomes. That's the first.
Why would they?
This is the first mention, and hopefully the last mention, that Purdy and Mahomes, unless they both make the Super Bowl, and then they'll be up there talking to each other. But other than that, Skip, there should be no conversation, no correlation between these two players.
I want to preface everything I'm about to say with, I love watching Steve Young on television. When he speaks, I listen. He has brilliance to him. He's almost above it all with his view. He almost looks down on the game with this wisdom from above that reminds me a bit of his mentor, who I was very close with, the great, late Bill Walsh. But this loses me because it's unfair to this kid, and he's just this kid.
Right.
And he got thrust into the fire, and it's a raging fire because his defense is the best in football.
Right.
And his play caller and his run game, you can argue, best in football.
Yes.
And he's got to hold up his end of the bargain after being picked the last pick in the draft, Mr. Irrelevant. And I don't envy him, but now I envy him even less because Steve went Luke Skywalker on him. He's got the Force. The Force is with him. Meaning he's got this uncommon poise and feel for playing the position. What has he played, 4 games?
4 games.
4 games. Come on now. Give him a little bit of a break.
Yes.
So he's saying he's so present on the field. He's talking about his poise, and he's mostly comparing his early poise to Patrick's early poise.
Right.
Okay. Maybe I'll be, sort of grudgingly give you that.
Skip, his first game in 2018, Skip, he was at the Chargers, he throws 4 touchdowns. Then he goes on the road to Pittsburgh. He throws 6 touchdowns.
All right. So he's talking about his heartbeat seems to be so low.
The calmness.
Yeah. Listen, I'm going to tell you again, I've watched Brock Purdy a lot because I watched him for 4 years at Iowa State, and he's pretty good.
Right.
But he's also kind of wild-eyed to me, where I think his pulse runs hot and high. His RPM is hot and high, where in the end, like the last quotes from Steve Young are about, the best thing is that Kyle now feels a little bit unleashed and can push the boundaries here, that in the biggest moments that Kyle can lean in rather than stay neutral and lean back with this kid quarterback. He's saying to give him what you're talking about, to give him the keys.
No.
Go ahead and give him the keys.
That ain't happening.
Okay, well, trust me on this. Young Brock Purdy is the flip side of early Tom Brady, who was a game manager.
Oh, yeah.
Again, they trusted him in the big moment in the Super Bowl to go ahead and throw the football and let's try to get in field goal position. But in general, especially that first year, and Tom was in obviously his second year, so he got to listen and learn for a year under Drew Bledsoe, and even with Belichick and Charlie Weiss. But the point is that Tom Brady was incredibly low risk. Trust me, this kid is high risk.
Yeah.
And he's been getting away with things that given what Steve said here about now you're going to unleash, okay, good luck with that.
That ain't
because,
happening.
Hey, I watched that Raider game the other day. He threw 3 balls that could have been picked, and only one was.
Right.
Okay, one before that. He threw 3 other balls that could have been picked.
Yes.
And I'm like, whoa.
Yeah.
You're kind of living on the edge, and you know, if the cat has 9 lives, you've given up about
3 or 4,
right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I know Kyle ain't turned Jimmy G loose, and I know damn well he ain't about to turn no rookie quarterback loose. He's not gonna. That's not gonna happen.
Okay. He's not low risk, medium reward. He's higher risk, and they've been getting high reward, like you said. Those numbers say high reward.
No risk and no biscuit.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's the way. But
you want to do that with a rookie quarterback?
But look at what Christian McCaffrey's doing. They're running the air out of the ball, Skip.
It's unbelievable.
I mean, let's not pretend like they're not running the ball for 130, 140, 150 yards a game.
I told you, if he had started this year in San Francisco, he'd be right in the middle of the MVP conversation.
I totally agree.
He might
I totally agree. Yes.
Okay.
Because he's probably going to be somewhere pretty close to 100 catches, and he's going to probably be 1,300 yards rushing.
Okay. So you got all that going for you, but you also got all that going on your head.
Yes.
Where, man, the pressure on this kid, the only reason I don't think San Francisco is going to win the NFC is because of that kid. Right. No offense to him. It's just the circumstance.
For a rookie.
Huh? What?
You look at Ben Roethlisberger, and he was a rookie, and they lost to a veteran quarterback in Tom Brady. Okay. Tom came in there, and they played a perfect game. They coaxed Ben into a couple of interceptions that Rodney Harrison took one back for like 85, 90 yards for a touchdown.
He did.
And that was the end of the ball game.
All right. So I know Steve loves his 49ers and loves the legacy, the quarterback legacy, and he wants to he wants to accept him to the point that the lineage continues, like he's seeing it. Unfortunately, there's another kid that I really like named Trey Lance, who's been nothing but hurt and hasn't gotten his shot, but this felt like a blessing from Steve Young that shocked me because what does it say about a Trey Lance? And I can't remember how much they gave up. It was like
they gave up 2 first rounders. They gave up a bunch.
A bunch of other.
They might have gave up 3 first rounders.
I think it was. Well, they gave up their future for Trey Lance, and I was good to go with that.
There's your draft pick right there, Trey Lance. He got hurt the past 2 years. He ain't going nowhere. Because you're not going to be Skip because you can't trade him for what you gave up to get him.
No. And I believe they still love him.
Yes, I do absolutely believe that.
And he's not a lot, but he's bigger than Brock Purdy. He's faster than Brock Purdy.
I believe he has a livelier arm than Brock Purdy.
He has a livelier arm. He does. And in that run game, if you can figure out, you got to keep him healthy. And if he's just going to be,
you got to keep himself healthy too.
Okay. Well, but the point of if he can have a stretch of health, the run game will be even more devastating with him. At the command.
Draft picks. Giving up draft picks for a player is just like anything. What can I resell it for? If I buy a car for $10 million, there better be some other buyers out there that wanted that car. Because if I want to get up off it and I'm the only fool that wanted to pay $10 million, then I'm stuck. So that's what you got with Trey Lance. Ain't nobody gonna give you no 3 first rounders for him. That ain't happening.
But it sounds like Steve Young is blatantly saying, "I've seen enough. I want to go forward with Brock Purdy."
Okay.
Here we
Steve
go.
Young, you want to.
Whew, man.
I don't think Kyle and Mike see the same thing in Brock Purdy and Steve Young does.
I don't either.
Guys.